One of the many fights that got buried underneath the sensation of Tyson Fury just dealing with Deontay Wilder was WBO super bantamweight champion from Mexico, Emanuel Navarrete, who defeated a very game Philippine, is it Gio? Is that how I say his first name? Santisima in the 11th round with an 11th round stoppage. Navarrete, if you haven't seen him before, he's one of those champions who I feel is quite underrated today and a possible Naoya Inoue opponent in the future if the stars align. But even when he's just fighting somebody like, no disrespect, Santisima, who came up really game and looked super ripped and ready at the weigh-in, he's just great to watch go to work. We have this awkward, not particularly flashy, quite tall super bantamweight who throws in these swooping shots, who's very calm, and if I'm to be perhaps over complimentary, there's some things he does that kind of remind me of Carlos Monzon, Argentinian middleweight. Great. He has these swooping shots, Navarrete. He kind of seems to throw slowly, but he's awkward and he's good at picking his shots. As the rounds went on, his work rate just seemed to climb. We have got a real worker here, and while not a particularly destructive puncher, he was just laying it on to Santisima as the rounds went by, who did very well to absorb what he did, but near the end of the fight, it was getting a little bit dangerous with the volume of headshots. Navarrete was just finding him with those swooping shots. He cleverly goes to the body. He throws those combinations that you don't really think about, that aren't classic set combos. And he seems to kind of almost ad-lib his combos as he goes along, which makes him hard to read, but very effective fighter. Quite raw-boned. You know, he seems quite thick as well as rangy. Tough guy to fight. Not flashy, but there's a lot of substance there, and he's just great to watch. Now, there are other champions. I think there's Ray Vargas, who's a similar build to him as well, very big for the weight. But it seems to me that Navarrete is the best in this weight with something to spare. I'm not sure who he's going to be fighting next. He has said he wants to unify, and if he can't, he will go up. He's got the frame for it. He could easily go up to featherweight and still be a problem. But I would love it if Naoya Inoue can quickly unify at bantamweight and beat John Casimero later this April. If he could quickly get up and catch Navarrete at 122 pounds before he goes up, that would be a really interesting fight between the super powerful and quick Naoya Inoue, more skillful, against an awkward, big and very tough Mexican. That for me would be a little bit of a big super fight.